Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome into a 3-in-1 LEGO Creator set review. Today we're looking at set number 31105, the Townhouse Toy Store, and this has 554 pieces and is available right now and retails for $39.99 USD and $49.99 Canadian. It comes with only 2 minifigures, and of course you can build it 3 different ways, each shop actually having a different theme, the first one being a toy store, and then you'll see the others as we look at the different builds throughout this review. We're going to do things a little differently. We're going to look at the minifigures first, and then we'll look at the side build, and then this main build here. Here is the kid in the set, and the torso will be subbed out for the different versions you'll see. Of course, it is a toy store, so you do have to have a kid in the set, and I do like his face prints. I like that he has this happy expression, and then on the back he's got this scared expression from him either being frightened on the ride, or maybe it's just this sort of indecisive look of, I don't know which Lego set to buy, which is something that I feel like a lot of us has faced at some point or another. The toy store employee, however, I don't know how I feel about it. It is this older, elderly sort of facial print with this younger looking hair, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, it's strange to me. But yeah, on the back, she doesn't have an alternate face print or anything, but it is this Lego store employee shirt, so that's really strange to me. It's not, I don't think, meant to be an official Lego store or anything, it's just a regular toy store, so it is kind of weird that they do have that on the back, and why they decided to go with this. I think that it would be cool to get this design of the shirt or whatever in a different color, and of course without the name tag or whatever, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird that they do have the Lego torso, and it's never really made sense to me why it's not in the darker yellow or something else, because it's of course just, it's the same color used for the Flash, so it looks like maybe this is a sleeveless shirt. And here is the little rocket ship ride on the outside of the toy store, and it has this little, I guess, spot where you could put coins inside to make it ride, and it's just a cute little design. I think that it's definitely a smaller version of the one from the Ideas crossover or whatever that was a few years ago, but actually putting the minifigure inside the little boy, you could see there that he sits on in, and then just by moving this gear here, it does raise it, and it puts it, it's really cool. I like the way that that works. It's just, it's so unique that it's not just like you're moving him back and forth. It's that it actually does lift up and it does bounce around like that. And it is kind of wild, which I think is really, really awesome. And you could see underneath, trying to show you the different actual way that that works there. And it's just, it's so, so awesome, that mechanism. I think that that's super, super unique for this. And to get something like this is just, it's really special. And here's the toy store, and you know, I think that this is just, it's really, really cool. I'm actually building this one third because I didn't want to have to rebuild this twice, but it's interesting. The actual creator set was bagged, but then of course when you're building the other two, you can't go by the bags. So yeah, it was an interesting build. Of course, you're using all the parts here, which is important to note. And yeah, I think that this is just, it's a really cool looking design of the toy store. I like the little toy soldier out in the front with a little flag, a little lamp at the side, a little bubblegum dispenser, as well as the train here at the top. That just looks really, really cool. I like the build of it. I just like how it's attached. You can move it a little bit and angle it different ways if you wanted to, but I really like the way that this looks. It's just, it's so cute to kind of, I don't know, just tell people that there's toys and stuff inside. Above that, there's like this cute little apartment with some flowers and things growing in the windowsills, and it's just, it's a cute design. I like the texturing here as well as right here. It's just, it's such a cool little technique, all the different parts being used, as well as at the top. I think that the architecture in this set is really, really something else. I like that it's a corner store as well. I like the door frame there and how it's coming out onto the street on an angle, and just some of the tile pieces that they used at the bottom is really, really neat. And at the side here, I guess you can connect this to a different modular, or maybe if you buy 2 of them. Of course, I'll mention it later on in the video, but the flower shop actually does have some holes or whatever on the floor, so maybe you can connect them that way, but I don't know, it'd be interesting. Same sort of color scheme, But here you could see that you've got a little bit of a balcony there. Not too much. You can't really access it. There's no ladder or anything on the side or stairs or anything on the inside. But the door can not fully open, unfortunately. And I don't know why they decided to have the canopy or whatever like this. I wish that it was like had a pattern like this, but that is kind of strange. So you could change that if you wanted to yourself. And but yeah, on the top of the roof you've got this little bird, and there's actually 4 birds throughout all of the builds, so you'll see those in the other ones. But just where they have it placed, it's kind of weird because it does of course get stuck to the stud, so that's kind of a strange inclusion in my opinion. But we could take this off and let the light come on in into the upper room of the apartment. And I just really like the inside. I like that the bed has this sort of texture on the blanket, as well as a little flower pot here to the side and a little plants in the corner as well. You've got a little lamp there in the room and some sort of welcoming carpet there in green. And on the balcony I didn't mention, but they have some flowers, and that's a cute little build as well. But let's look at the bottom floor. Popping off the roof really easily, since this is meant to be, I guess, a cheaper version of the modulars. At least that's what I think of them as. I think that it works really well like that. But the inside here has a bunch of different things. I like the cash register sort of till there with this lever to pull open and have the cash come out. Got a $100 bill there, as well as just the desk. It's pretty simple, but in the toy display window, you have a little toy plane, as well as this sort of truck, maybe a garbage truck or something. And then on the shelves, you have 2 different types of Lego sets. One of them being a Lego City set, and the other one being a Creator Expert set. And it is a bit of a shame to actually, in my opinion, it's strange that they have that being covered up. I think that that's really cool there. I wish that maybe the other sets were covering up this side. You don't really need to know that it's the hotel. I think that just seeing the cool detail there on the side is more important. But yeah, other than that, there's not too much else going on with this build. But let's move on to the second one. Here is the second build, and I think that this is meant to be some sort of bakery. I'm not really quite sure, but the minifigures here that they have you like mixing around the torsos and stuff. So the kid now has the Lego store uniform, and then the lady has the jacket or whatever. So that's what they want you to do with the minifigures. But the actual build of the store here has like this sort of cake or something on the front, as well as some pastries in the window there, as well as some more on the side here, as well as one sort of like slice of cake or something there. And you've got a little table outside, I guess, on the patio of this bakery. And you have a light here that can kind of rotate a little bit. Here you've got a little bird build, and here you've got a cute little plant vase build. I really like that. And a little fence. You've got the door, of course, that can open up and go in on like a corner build. And then on the roof itself, you don't really have anything going on. There's nothing special there except for the satellite dish. And I don't really know what that's meant to be. But on the inside, you've kind of got like a toy shop or maybe a toy collection or something. You've got like a truck there on the shelf, and then the hotel set there on the desk, and a couple of Lego sets there in the corner, and on the you've got a chair there. And then what I really like about this is, besides, of course, like there's some pastries and stuff on the outside, the roof can actually come right on off if you wanted to, and then you could spin it around. And you could see that on the inside, there's just a lot going on. You got a cute little cash register build, and this I don't think is meant to pop off, but you can take it off. I really think that it's just meant to stay on, though. This is really the modular here. Of course, you could see with all the studs and different things. And then you've got some cakes and things actually on the window display from the inside, you could tell. And then my favorite part here is actually the refrigerator that actually has a bunch of cakes and some Minecraft potatoes being stored inside. And it is really hard to get the actual cake slices out. You kind of have to tap it off, but at the risk of breaking everything else off. But you do actually get the little cake pieces out if you wanted to, and they're just this little build. But because they are 3 studs tall, they actually just fit right on in there really tightly. But I do really like that. I think it would be really cool for one of these times to actually get a modular of like a convenience store. I think that I don't know, I think that would be really cool. But that's it for this second build. There is a lot of extra parts that you're not actually using in this one. Here is the third build, and you know what, I'm kind of upset that I need to tear it apart to build the first version, and I think that this is really, really cool. I'm quite impressed by this build. I definitely like this. By the way, there's the minifigures, same as the female from the last one, and then the kid's got some roller skates on and he's holding a Lego set. But this build itself, I think it's really something special, and I think that a flower store would be a really cool modular, and I really like the idea of this. This is just, it's so cute. I really wish that I didn't have to take this apart to build the first version. It's really detailed on the outside as well as on the inside, and I don't know, it's really, really cool. But let's start out here in the front. I like it. I like the little pot outside, the two different versions, the vase, and then I don't really know what that is, maybe a lantern or something, I don't really know, but you've got some cool little flowers and stuff planted here in the front of the window, and I like that a lot. The little checkered here, of course, it would have been better if that was white, blue, white, blue, white, and everything a little more checkered than that, but it's okay, it's a cool little design. And of course, right here you've got this little sign, and if this was a regular set, it'd be cool to have a little print there of like a flower or something like that, like a shop. The rose build at the top here is really cool. I like the design of it. I like how it looks. You could kind of move it a little bit as well as with this if you want to have the wind blowing or something, but I like that it's on an angle. Wish that it was just a little bit further in, closer to the building, because it is really sticking out there. But the actual door can be opened, and I like the use of that part there for the handle. I think that that works really well. And opening it on up, you can see how that looks. And the only problem that I have is like this doesn't look too nice with the studs and those parts there being used. I'm not sure what they're doing, but the top here, the trim looks really nice. I like that a lot, as well as the gold there. That looks really cool. It'd be cool if you wanted to, you could rotate them out a little bit to just add to the overall design. And I'm not sure what's going on here on the side. It makes it look like you can connect it to something, maybe past modulars or something like that. But yeah, it doesn't give you any pegs or anything to attach it to, or like the rest of the bricks and things that you have can't be built into anything. But yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Anyways, I just realized that you actually are meant to have the Lego set there. Not really sure why it would just be floating up there. Maybe it's meant to be representing a picture or something like that. But yeah, Lego has it there, but you can pop them off like any of the other modulars. And I'll just show you the roof real quick. I really like the design here. I like the window in the roof. That looks really, really cool. And like some grate or something, I don't really know, but I like the bird builds here as well. They're really cute, and I think that this is a really good build, and this one's a little weaker, but I do really like the right one. That's really awesome. And again, I just think that that's really, really cool and clever, and I like that it kind of gives this overall like sort of flower shop with sunlight and different things actually shining in through the top. That looks really good. And then here you've got the actual build, and you know, there's a lot going on inside. You got some little pots and little vases and everything there to the side. You've got a potato growing from Minecraft inside that little glass dome there, as well as a potted plant in the back, and some more vases and different things. Maybe this is meant to water the different plants. And the cash register here is a cool little build, and I quite like the desk build as well. That looks really, really cool. Yeah, I like this for a third build. It's pretty good, honestly. I think that this would make for a cool idea for a separate actual modular, and I'm regretting having to destroy it now. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is all three of the builds of the Townhouse toy store, and you know what, I think that this is definitely the best one. But in terms of all three, if I had to rank them, this is number one, of course. So you're using all the parts, which is really important to me when you're buying a set, as well as for second place, it's probably the flower shop, and then in third place, it's the bakery or whatever it was meant to be. But I think that this is a really, really great set for the price that you're paying. It is really, really great. But I think that this is my favorite one simply because, you know, you got a cute little play feature here, and it's not just it just feels complete. Like, of course, this is what they designed first, and then they go from there in terms of designing the other parts, and then maybe coming and changing a little bit of things in this one. But just like looking at it aesthetically, like there's no little gaps or anything in the design of all this. Like it looks complete, and it's just such a great and cheap alternative to the big over $200 modulars and all that. So I think that it's such a cute little build. I really love it, and I think that it goes well with the other ones that they've been doing from the past few years. Anyways, everyone, let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts, comments, anything down below about this set, and I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a great day. I'll see you all in the next one.